It's the end of another week and I had some chicken and eggs left in the fridge, so I thought I'd do something a little bit more interesting than just grilled chicken and, I don't know, scrambled eggs. So let's do some breaded chicken and ramen eggs instead, with a bit of rice. Start by chucking 2 eggs on to boil for about 6 minutes. If you don't want this center to be so runny, you can go 7 minutes. Once they're cooked, you can put them into some iced water to chill them down, but I usually just use cold running water from the tap. Once cooled, I usually crack these by cracking all edges of the shell as much as I can, and that way you can just easily peel the shell off and put them into a container. In the container, pour over some mirin or some sake, and then add some soy sauce as well. A 50-50 mixture is ideal. You can store this in the fridge overnight. The longer that you let these marinate, the richer the flavour the eggs are going to be able to absorb from that mirin and soy mixture. Onto our chicken. I'm just going to clean this up and dice this into bite-sized cubes, just the right size for them to be a single bite. The parts that I'm removing are just the white sinewy bits and the really white fatty bits that we don't need for this recipe. Next, I'm going to get my garlic, peel it, and dice it up really fine into really tiny pieces. And add our garlic to our chicken. Next, we add either sake or mirin to our chicken, and mix that in really well. If you want a sweeter flavour with this meal, use mirin, but if you want a more savoury flavour, use sake. Chuck that in the fridge and let it marinate for 30 minutes. While marinating, I'm going to put some rice on, but I'm going to add a little bit of salt and butter, just to help give a little bit more flavour into the rice. I wonder what Lacey is up to. With our chicken soaking up that marinade, I'm going to add around 4 tablespoons worth of flour. You really only need enough to be able to coat all the chicken in the bowl. About 4 tablespoons is enough. Once all the chicken's been coated, off for frying. We really want to start frying once our rice is almost done so that it all comes together at the end. The chicken will take around 5 minutes to cook. Ideally, you want to be using a non-stick pan. And we're going to add our chicken to the hot oil. It will clump together just to the nature of this dish. Just use some tongs or a spoon to separate it in the pan. Now that chicken is on and cooking, I'm just going to flip this a few times, just to roll that chicken through and get all sides cooked. If you're not too confident in flipping a pan, you can just use a stirring implement as well. All up, this step of the process should take about 5 to 7 minutes. Just make sure you stir and flip that chicken every so often. Once our chicken and our rice is cooked, time to plate up. Start by adding our rice. Nice healthy portion. And now we'll add our chicken from the pan. And for our sauce, I've got some sriracha chili mayo that I made earlier, which I'm going to add to this. And last but certainly not least, to finish off, our ramen eggs that we made earlier. And we're done.